In your memories, my stories, we're going back a little bit. Not too far back, 7 years ago, but it seems like eternity now, doesn't it? Big event in world cricket history, even Indian cricket, even bigger. We're going back to the 24th of February 2010, when that magic mark of 200 by an individual was breached. But to understand it a little bit, let's go back a little bit, back to November 2009 and that heartbreaking game against Australia. It said India 350. You didn't get 350 in those days. India got into a winning position, 19 to get from 18 balls, fell short. But Tendulkar had played one of the finest innings of his life. He'd made 175. And as usual, it held India spellbound. And I think it took someone like Sehwag to say, yes, that's all right, but you missed a 200. It was there for you. 200 wasn't easy. Gary Kirsten had made 188, Coventry had made 194, and in innings India wants to forget. Saeed Anwar had made 194, but he always thought 200 was a little beyond because, I mean, we're talking of the pre-T20 era. You had to play 160, 170 balls to get to 200 out of a total of 300 balls. That wasn't very easy. So it took some getting until Tendulkar arrived in Gwalior. South Africa, very good bowling attack. Lovely batting surface, shortish boundaries helped, and Tendulkar was up and running. And as he did all his life, he held India. And we were all looking, 194 in the 46th over. Surely he's going to get to 200, isn't it? And then Dhoni arrives. This ball's going everywhere, 68 from 35 balls. He steals a single, the last ball of the 49th over, and we're thinking, no, Dhoni, no. Give Sachin the strike. He does it eventually. Tendulkar gets to 200 and all's well that ends well. But it was the first double 100 in the history of limited overs cricket, and it's just appropriate that probably the finest limited overs international batsman the game has seen, Sachin Tendulkar, was the one who got it. Couple of interesting sidelights. It was the same day on which Tendulkar and Vinod Kambli put on 664. So maybe there's something about that day that was special for Tendulkar. But what else happened? As soon as Tendulkar got the 200, in people's minds, suddenly 200 was achievable. The first person to follow him had to be Sehwag. 5 years after that, others have done it. Indians. Martin Guptill has done it. Chris Gayle has done it. And now all of a sudden, if someone gets 200, we say, yes, but not, wow, what happened there? That is what champions do. They just sort of change the way you look at things. But that day in February, very special. Tendulkar's 200, first man on top of Everest, is never forgotten.